What up? What's going on, everybody? Welcome, everybody, to Shut Up, Let's Talk, episode 98. 98, man, approaching 100 very soon. Bro.
That is crazy, man.
We're 2 steps away. We're 2 shits away from...
I'm glad to be a stepping stone in that.
Episode 98, join along here with Star67, man.
How you doing, brother? It's been a long time coming, huh?
Doing well, man. It has been a long time coming, dude. We've been talking about doing an episode for ages. And when I say ages, I mean like BC, AD.
Yeah, I mean like...
The plague, all that.
Hella ages.
Yeah, man. How you been, dude? So you're visiting from out of town, right?
Yes, I'm visiting from Texas, man.
Where do you come from? St. Angelo.
St. Angelo, Texas, man. A little small town that's like in the middle of nowhere, but it's in the middle of everything. So I like that, you know?
How do you like the quietness?
It's beautiful.
Yeah?
Yeah, man.
You were seeking that?
Or
were you seeking it, or did it find its way to you?
Honestly, it found its way to me. I wasn't even seeking that. I was honestly just going for music. And I went for my birthday. I was like, you know what? Like the first time I even went, I went for my birthday. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna celebrate my birthday how I wanted to, and go over there and actually see some friends. And it's cool as hell, man. I got up,
nice,
see mountains, and you're like, okay, I think I'm gonna stay here, man. Like I see mountains, I see deer, I see bucks, I see bisons just running around. Yeah, it's kind of like.
What's the closest you've gotten to an animal? Anything gotten weird yet?
No, actually, I fed.
Charged at you?
I actually fed deer the other day.
You fed the deer?
Yeah, before I came down here.
What'd you feed them? Chicken nuggets?
Apples.
Apples?
But they eat like
awesome.
Candies and type of stuff. Like this is
Disney, did you feel like you were in a Disney movie? Like, was it like Pixar?
Believe me, yo,
it was a Pixar moment.
It was crazy, man. Because as soon as like we arrived there, I just see the deer. I'm like, oh my god, I see 5. Then like 10. Then like 15. It's like 30 of them just running around. I'm like, yo, my life just turned into a Disney movie?
Is this like a forest EDM festival?
Yeah, bro, like it was crazy. And you see this man like in the middle of of there just feeding them. I was like just calling one of the biggest bucks, like it's in the corner, big boy, come here, big boy. He
had names for all. He knew which ones were which.
He knew them.
This man knew the deer.
Bro, this man knew them. This man was like legit Tarzan in front of my eyes. I was like, holy crap, my man.
So in neighborhoods we have like crazy cat people. I guess like in Texas there's crazy deer men.
Yeah, there's deer people. Yeah, like
crazy deer dads,
especially like in deer hunting season. Yeah, most definitely. There's a lot of them.
I've seen this one since he was little. And
yeah, like, this one can make good beef jerky. Type of stuff.
Raise it up to kill it and eat it later. That's intense, man. That's like that's wild, right?
It was cool. Yeah, man.
Some wild shit.
And it's so crazy, man. Actually, one of the wildest things that I actually ever got to do was be an archer. I actually got into archery over there.
Shut Up, Let's Talk 98 featuring the Green Arrow.
Yo, my brother been saying that since I landed. He's like, oh, so you think you got the Green Arrow? You got a black book now? You're going to search up on people? I'm like, no, bro. I just know how to shoot arrows, man.
So how would you gauge your skills? With the sticks,
amateur level, you know, starting off, you know, I'm not that great, but the guy that actually
could you kill somebody if you had to?
I would probably grab the arrow and just
oh, true, right? Forget the aim,
you know. Desperate times comes with desperate measures.
So it's long range and close range.
Yeah, okay, most definitely.
Okay.
You know?
Okay. I'm with it. I'm all the way with it. What have you hit with arrows? What's your target practice? Beer cans?
No, yo, actually yes. We a lot of them, they actually get like a bunch of beer cans and a bunch of like little bottles, and you just aim at them and just shoot. Like one of my best friends over there right now, Curtis. Man, that dude is great because his grandpa is the one who actually taught me how to shoot arrows. And you got taught by a
grandpa? That's even cooler.
Yeah, man, like by a
getting taught anything by an old person is like every word matters.
It's like exactly. It's like, yo, you're a wise man, and this is the craziest thing. I'm gonna blow your mind. This man won a I guess like a competition. Like a national competition, like, and he's like in his 80s right now, brother.
Wow.
And he actually got to meet Ted Nugent and his kids, and got to hang out with Ted Nugent. Like that's one of the wildest things of life, bro. I was like,
yo. Ted Nugent, for anybody that does not know, he's still famous, but he was a famous artist from the 80s. He played a lot of he plays a lot of guitar, and the thing about him is that he's very like pro NRA,
he's
pro hunting,
kind of wild as hell,
and he's got a very interesting personality. He's very like. Hey, he does some weird shit. Look him up.
Yeah, you gotta look him up. You know, Cat Scratch Fever. You know, if you haven't heard that, you gotta hear that. You know?
I will say whether I like him or not, he is A pretty good guitar player.
Yeah, he's a wild man.
But that doesn't matter. You're the guy's grandpa got to hang out with him.
Yeah, I got to hang out with him, and I was like, whoa, dude. Like, so
what's hunting? So were you guys out there hunting animals, or what? Like,
I haven't gone hunting yet, but I got.
Would you?
Yes, I actually will go. I actually will go just for the experience. You know, like
what animal do you want to hunt, dude? What's the craziest animal?
Oh man, as an animal, like you get to see a lot of things. And right now, open season is in like wild boars and everything like that. And everybody always like, yo, yeah, boars are like the nastiest little creatures, bro.
There's open season on boars.
Yeah, because they're so
open season, guys. If you guys don't know what that means that you're allowed to kill and eat them. Like
pretty much.
There's no worries, basically.
Doesn't worry about
that. We have that here with iguanas.
Yeah, that's the same. I heard that you got like iguana killers now, like a subdivision of iguana killers now.
That's a thing now. There's like a squad of iguana hunters. Yes. Shout out to a few episodes ago, Iguana Man.
Iguana Man. Shout out to Iguana Man.
Great job. He's doing a service. It's pretty insane. He in that one video he caught one mother iguana. That mother iguana had 40 eggs. So that
Jesus, God.
So the one iguana had 40 eggs. Imagine how many. That's why we have a population problem. Because imagine there's 10 million at the moment.
So they reproduce like that, huh?
Yeah, in mass amounts, like in litters. But so anyway, sorry. So what would you hunt if you had the chance?
You know, if I would have the chance, like one of the biggest games that I would probably go for will be a bear. Like that's like really
what the fuck?
Yeah,
wow,
tough of shit. You know, like. I don't know, man. I always seen shows. I always seen like people going into the wild and actually catch a bear. And like I actually met a few people that caught bears and gut them down. And like I'm like,
did they have like a scar like somewhere like half their face?
Honestly, like one of them was kind of like you can see it's like, oh yeah, you killed people before. Kind of look, but
only because I had to, mate.
Yeah, pretty much. You know, like
what the fuck?
Yeah, those old kind of like old timey dudes. I think they're still pirates,
like Kano from Mortal Kombat. Like,
Pretty much, you know, and there was another guy that was like, he just does it as like a sport, you know, like he actually goes to competition and hunt people and like hunt big game and on all crazy things.
A bear, dude. What kind of bear? Grizzlies, the big ones. Big boys?
Well, not that big, you know. You know, I gotta think about that one. Brown bear, you know, like a regular brown bear. Like I ain't going to, you know, sacrifice my livelihood just to
I don't know if those are the same bear or not, but maybe they're different. Are grizzlies and brown bears two different things?
Yes.
Does anybody know? Okay.
It's two different things. It's two different bears. I kind of got it a little bit, you know.
Oh yeah, true. You were hanging out. You were in the thick of it.
Yeah. You know, I'm hanging out with Hank Hill every single day.
Six steps away from Ted Nugent.
Oh man, and you know this craziest thing is like the grandpa actually sounds like Hank Hill from King of the Hill.
Oh, of course he does. Of course he does.
Yo,
and your taxi driver, where would you like to go?
Yeah.
Of course,
man.
Life would be just like that, wouldn't it? I love it. Like that. You know what? I find stereotypes really funny because they exist for a reason.
You
know, it's because human beings were pattern-based animals. Like that's how we learn through pattern. And when we see patterns so often, we associate this as normality. That's why stereotypes. So you know what? That's why they're fun. That's why they're easy stand-up comedy jokes for people because it's like easily relatable.
It's relatable. It's relatable as hell. And it's so crazy because I always watch the like King of the Hill. King of the Hill is actually one of my favorite shows.
I gotta watch more. You know,
it's hilarious.
Is it made by the guy that made Beavis and Butthead, Mike Judge?
Mike Judge, exactly the same guy. Yeah, most definitely.
Absolutely. Yeah, I like his work. He made Office Space, which is one of my favorite movies.
One of my favorite movies. Yeah, you know it's crazy. I'm gonna be shooting a music video in New Mexico because Curtis, my homeboy, he actually has a place in New Mexico, and we can just go around with ATVs.
Tear the city up.
Yeah, go around with ATVs and do all the crazy stuff.
Like Meek Mill doing fucking wheelies.
Yeah, kind of stuff
down the street.
Yeah, man, because it's like it's open sea. It's like open area, and man, like and everything is out there. So like, and he was like telling me, man, we're gonna be next to the like Guadalupe Mountains. That's in New Mexico, and like basically like that's
the Waterloo Mountains.
Yeah, Guadalupe.
Guadalupe. I heard Waterloo.
Yeah,
Guadalupe Mountains. That's
Guadalupe
awesome.
Mountains.
That's sick, dude.
And it's crazy. And he told me like, man, like you can actually see Mexico from here, and I'm like,
whoa,
it's like that close type of
Red Dead Redemption. So
most definitely.
Let's zoom out a little bit because I'm just it's good to see you because I haven't seen you in a long time. So we started catching up all of a sudden. But yeah, Star67, man. So what exactly do you do, man? What do you? I know what you do, but for the people at home,
well, for the people out there,
what would you like to tell them? Introduce yourself.
Well, myself, Star67. First of all, I'm not from here. As you can tell, you know, I'm
otherworldly.
Yeah, otherworldly, and also from the islands. You know, tropical brown.
Tropical brown.
Yeah, that's people always ask me, "Are you black?" Like over there, like, are you black or are you mixed and everything like that? No,
you should be like, what does black mean to you?
Yeah, pretty much. Sometimes I'll be doing that. I'll just speak Spanish to them, and I'm like, what? Wait,
just
what?
run away.
Yeah, pretty much.
They turn around and run.
They turn around and run
before they go viral. Before the phone comes.
Yeah, most definitely, man. And
you wouldn't believe what this guy just said.
Exactly.
Anyway,
so it's crazy. But
how is that, man? How is Texas life? Because you know, the tropical brown.
Yeah, from tropical brown to Texas living, man.
Has it been weird at all?
At the beginning was. I was, you know, when you're stuck in the city, you kind of have the city mentality is like everything has to be go, 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 go. Once you go to kind of a town like that is more so slow down, more kind of an understanding about what you're around and what the people around doing is more of a community. And
everybody knows everybody.
Everybody knows everybody. And actually something that kind of clicked with me, and that's why I stayed there. It felt like home. It felt like when I was back in the Dominican Republic, because it's like I would say San Angelo is half Miami, half Dominican Republic. Like from one side you can see the beauty of the countryside, and from the other side you can see like the people in the city that are trying to get things. And they're very smart people, man. Like the craziest thing about San Angelo, like everybody sometimes gets close-minded and like just gets closed in because it's the everyday life. You know, work, go there, work there. But if you actually give them like a hobby or they get kind of like a whiff or something else apart from the regular norm, man, like
they have fun with it.
Yeah, they have fun with it. They don't think about it as like, oh, I'm gonna make profit off of it. Like a lot of people that are mad later on,
they're not as opportunistic. I get you.
Exactly.
I get you.
And
that's the city mentality thing, opportunistic like mentality, like trying to leverage off of the next guy.
Yeah, exactly.
It becomes a thing. It becomes a
thing. And believe me, you know, living in Miami, like when I came from Dominican Republic, I was 11 years old. So I got pretty much like half of my life raised here in Miami. So I see what was over here. Like a lot of people down here, I didn't like Miami. Like actually, first of all, like one of the things that a lot of people might is like, I didn't like Miami, but I actually learned to love it because of the people that are here.
It's a funny energy, isn't it?
It's a funny energy, yeah. Because
everybody's a jerk, but it's almost like everybody's on the same page.
It's on the same page.
It sucks less.
Exactly.
Everybody's on the same page.
It's yeah.
Like of course you're a dick. You live here, so you just move on.
Yeah, you just move out. Yeah.
It's weird. It's different. You know, it's strange. It's strange. And I didn't realize that until I moved away. I moved away for 2.5 years. I was in Virginia for a while.
Oh, holy crap.
So yeah, and I was like, and that was Northern Virginia. It was more like the city style over there, but. It's still way quieter.
Yeah,
so,
it's different. Yeah.
And you get to see different lifestyles, and you get to, you know, how do you feel being away from like, you know, your friends and your family? Because in a way, I love that feeling because it's kind of like throwing somebody in the middle of the ocean. And it's like, what's the nearest thing you're gonna swim to?
You know, one of the things I can describe it. One of the other things that I actually learned a lot when I was over there was Viking lore and Viking, you know, mythology. And
that's fucking amazing.
I started watching Vikings, the show Vikings, because of Curtis. His life's his whole lineage. His name is Black Thorson. Like it's McCurkle, but it's derived from Black Thorson, and so he's actually the son of Thor. His last name actually derives from son of Thor, and he was like, you know, man, you should check this out. I checked out Vikings, and Ragnar was like, yeah, my main guy.
What do you like about Viking lore? It's the honor. Is it do they have honor? Is that part of their code?
They do. Honestly, Vikings they're farmers first and foremost.
They're farmers.
They're farmers first and foremost. Okay. They were never actually like super savages. They went savages because they went raiding, and majority of them they were raiding each other at the beginning.
So those are like the radicals of the community,
pretty much.
Like every community, like there's radical Christians, right? That are just like, you're gay, you're gonna burn. Like,
you're gonna burn. Like, pretty much, man. And
right, like they do that. So it's kind of like it's you know there's what I'm saying is there's radical groups in every group.
Exactly, there's always radical groups, and
so
like,
the Vikings were that.
Yeah, and actually the word Viking means pirate raid. You know, and
so they're the exception, not the rule.
They're the exception, not the rule. Exactly. When it comes to that. So
it's good perspective.
One of the things that Ragnar did, he was the first. Like he's even in the history of that lore, he was the first Viking that actually went to the West just to sell for better land and better things. And I was like, you know what? That's right. Everybody kind of thought, there's like, yo, bro, like you shouldn't do that because you're risking everything just for nothing. You don't even know what's going on there. It's like, but you know, the risk is worth the fight. You know, it's worth actually arriving, and
especially if you live for your goal.
Exactly. Especially if you live to achieve something, and he wanted to achieve actually to be one of the biggest Vikings ever.
So that was it. So I mean, what other way is there to make that happen?
Exactly. So
other than being the first to do something epic.
Exactly. And he pretty much went against his whole thing. And there's people that he loved. There's people that he left back. You know. And then he came back and said, like, you know, there's a way out.
There's a lot to like about that.
You know,
I see what you mean.
You know, it's just for me, it was like the whole journey thing. I needed my own journey. Like everybody that I seen, like, was kind of like focused on, okay, ooh.
A round of applause from this live to. We'll clap right back at you guys. Thank you.
That's beer. That's alcohol.
Beer claps. I'm in. That's the highest compliment.
Exactly. And it's crazy, man, because I saw it and everybody had their own kind of little goals and where they were heading at. I already knew what I wanted to do, especially with music, you know, being this persona, Star67, and a lot of people even tell me, yo, why don't you go by your first name? You know, your name is Elvis. I'm like, first of all, my name is Straight Mark. So I can't do.
Should have done the Elvis impersonation.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, but I can do that.
Star67 now. I'm not Elvis no more. Anyway, but no. You know what? I see what you mean though, because they're like, why don't you just be yourself? And it's like, because you want to experience something different. Explain it first, and then I'll get into that. I'm sorry.
No, it's most definitely. You know, you want to experience something different that is not your everyday. You know, it's your. Damn, this is where I extend my success, and this is my discipline, and this is my goals where I'm actually heading on. Elvis lives the regular life back home, chilling. You know, because. That should be always a dividend. Like everybody always thinks about, especially when doing music, like you get sucked in so much in the world music that you kind of forget about your personal life. And I even tell all of my friends, if you're doing music like me, think about your personal life first and then think about music, because if your life is aligned, your music is going to be aligned.
I agree with that, and some people reflect too much on their personal life. They wait for like bad days to write songs.
Yeah,
it's like, wait, man, like
find a good day, man.
Does life imitate art, or art imitates life? You have to decide where you fall in the creation aspect of that phrase, because it's like you gotta either you're inside looking outside. You know what I mean? Like either you're looking through the window and looking at the beauty outside, or you're the beauty.
You're the beauty, exactly, and.
You got to be the beauty sometimes.
You got to be the beauty sometimes. And sometimes you got to give the pat on your back. It's like, bro, you know, I busted my ass. I just did this. And I'm able to do this a lot more.
So you were able to focus on your goals because you were somewhere different.
Yeah, because the thing is, like, you know, when you have a lot of people all around you, even can be family, even can be friends, you know, sometimes you feel overwhelmed and you can't even have time for yourself. So what I just did is just remove myself from the equation and just take time for me, you know?
Well, you said the important word, time.
Yeah, time.
And there's nothing wrong. And here's the thing: there's nothing wrong with hanging out with friends, because that's like how people hang out.
Yeah, exactly.
That's how people enjoy their days, and there's nothing wrong with that. But when you know, like if you work a day job, you know, at least 8 hours. If you're working full time, 8 hours of your day is gone.
Yeah.
So you know, you said the word. You took time for yourself. It's hard to distribute time when you're hanging out with people. You know, because you hang out, you eat, you get tired, you go to sleep, a day's gone.
A day's gone, and then you're like, fuck. Sometimes it's like, damn, I should have been doing this instead of being hanging out with this, and they would understand because I can. Yeah. You know, one of the things I guess is a lot of people, and one of the things that I actually felt a lot, and I'm trying to I kind of got to the point that I'm like really good with that. It's disappointing people. Like at the end of the day, I'm not no superhero, so I cannot be.
You don't owe anybody anything.
I don't owe anybody
unless
anything.
You owe somebody something.
Fulfill
the shit you owe.
Fulfill your duties if you owe people.
But if you don't owe anybody anything,
exactly.
Be yourself.
You're good. You be yourself. And a lot of people, my brother even said that to me, that like a lot of my friends were very inspired by what the things that I did, because I was always the guy that was always gung ho. And it's the same visual for me, for my friends and my, you know, and my peers. You know, every time that I saw that gung ho, I wanted to. I was like, yeah, man, let's let the fire under your ass, man. Let's keep going.
Well, you took a journey, man.
Yeah, and it opens your eyes, because when you're by yourself, the only thing that you have is your thoughts and yourself. And you know, and sometimes they're hunting. Like the first few months that I was over there, like I was homesick. You know, I didn't want to go out. I didn't want to, you know, experience what life had to offer me over there, just because of the mere fact that I was afraid of
what could go wrong.
What can go wrong, and switching my lifestyle from that. You know, one of the things that I was talking to, you know, a couple of my friends. I was talking to Vince and Ingle, was that, you know, your new life is gonna require your old life. You know, that's one of the things that I took when I was on that.
It's gonna require your old life.
Yeah. your new life is gonna require your old life.
So,
you know,
like how is like how so?
How so? For myself is like I had to let go a lot of toxicity from my life.
Oh, I get you. Involved meaning like you have to get rid of some things.
You gotta get rid of some things, and it's not like you get rid of your whole self. You know, that's always remains. That's actually your essence.
You just trim the fat.
Yeah, you just trim the fat.
Trim what's holding you back,
and then you just keep going. And it's just like I felt that for myself, and now that I'm in, I'm actually getting in a better position with music. That a lot of people are kind of gravitating to that. Every time I drop a release, I get up. Everybody always like claps back. It's like, yo, bro, that's cool. Yeah, that ding. Another one.
Yeah, that was cool. I thought it was in our headphones for a second.
Yeah, I know, for real.
What is this?
What is this? It's the magical
Star67 hidden. I'm so sorry, not to interrupt you at all. You know what? It's funny. Earlier, I interrupted you like an asshole.
No, you're good, bro. You're good. We're having a good time.
Oh, you're explaining. Star67, you make music. I don't even think we got to that yet.
We haven't got to that. We're talking about life. Yeah.
What kind of music do you make? And we're gonna play one of your songs.
It's crazy.
And let people know.
It's crazy because I don't consider myself a rapper or a hip hop artist. I just consider myself an artist.
You're an artist.
I'm just making music myself for the fun of it. Like I just want to hear something that I haven't heard before.
And you want to evoke emotion.
Yes, man.
Because that's what art does, right?
Yes, man. You wanna do the. Man, I want to feel good today. I want to play to that song. I want to feel something today, and I want to be catered to that. I always thought the music was very free spirit, and then one of the things that brother told me is like, music should be played for your own self, and other like-minded people are gonna be gravitated to that because they're gonna understand your message and understand you before they understand your music. And honestly, that's actually a little Easter egg. That's actually how I came up with my name. A lot of people do not understand that Star67. A lot of people might know. People around my age that that's how you
block your number.
You block your number. You get an on-call number, and that's what I kind of always wanted to put with my music. If you want to know more about me, just listen to my music. And every single step and how I feel and where I go through the seasons and friends, enemies, there's a few songs in there that I'm like, yeah, man, I didn't even feel what I felt in that moment until I listened to that. I was like, wow, dude.
Yeah, where you look back at it and music it's like a photograph.
It's a photograph. It's an archive. It's an archive of your whole life.
And a photograph is just a still moment in time.
Exactly.
A song is just a long version of that. It takes hours and hours to make that one picture.
Yeah, that one picture. And it's so crazy because when you have it all clear, it just makes more sense. And since I've been traveling, since I've been gone away from home, don't have nobody around. The only things that I have is my music, is my feelings, and my mindset. Even talking to people, I get ideas for songs because it's like, wow, dude, what kind of lifestyle you live, and you just sat down and talk to me. It's crazy because there's moments like that. Like I had a few moments like that in Texas. One of the moments that I can remember that really made me have a turning point was I was an old dude. I'm sitting down at this shop, the sandwich shop called Slavsky's.
Nice.
And
so Texas.
So
of course.
So I'm chilling. I'm waiting for my food, and this old man is waiting for his food as well. And he tells me, man, can I sit on the same bench as you? I was like, yeah, no problem, man. It's open.
So just tackled him.
Yeah. He's just like, it's Friday night.
No, you can't sit next to me. Go home and cry in the shower. Sorry. So what? I'm sorry. This old guy asked if he could sit next to you.
So he sits right next to me, and he just starts having a nice conversation. He's like, man, you look like you're not from here. And I was telling him, I was like, I'm not, and it's like
who did you vote for, old guy?
No, bro, this man was
crazy.
Coolest dude.
Oh, he was nice. Okay, I thought he was being weird.
He was cool. Like, actually, he sat down and was like, you're not from here, and I just want to let you know that this town welcomes you.
Oh, it's amazing.
You feel me? And I was like, holy crap! And you don't know me from nobody else. And he was like, yo, man, I can see something in you that's actually pretty powerful. And I know you have a message. And I know you're gonna be doing. And this dude doesn't even know me. He just sat down right next to me, and we just were exchanging a conversation. And when he shook my hand, he was like, man, I've been coming to San Angelo for 20 years. And you're the coolest person I ever met in San Angelo.
No way.
And I was like,
awesome.
It made me feel like this was home. Made me feel that this was home, and it made me feel more appreciated for the people that were around me. That's why, when I came down this time, You know, it's a lot of people that didn't even know around. My mom didn't even know. I came here and surprised my mom because it's her birthday.
Oh, no way.
That's how, like, the whole...
Happy birthday to your mom.
Yeah, happy birthday to you. You know, I love you. I love you, Mom, like, crazy. You know, if it wasn't for you, I wouldn't even be here right now. So,
yes.
You know,
that's awesome.
Yeah, man. I love that lady to death, and I wanted to surprise her, you know, and I did the whole shebang with my brothers and, like...
But that's cool, man.
You know?
Sorry, not to interrupt you, but I love what you're saying, though, because at the end of the day, man, what I see is that you're going through the journey of life.
Yeah, man.
You know, back in the day with Native Americans and stuff, they used to send, like, this certain person in the tribe, and they'd be like, you know what? They would, like, give him, like, that ayahuasca or some shit, right?
Yeah. Bro.
They would send him into the forest and be like, come back with the head of an animal.
At one point, yeah, later on in my life, I'll probably do that. I always wanted to see my spirit animal, so, like, that's happening.
But you're on that journey. You're on that journey you're on that hunt to become, you know, something different. That cocooning process, and I think that's awesome, man. That's one of the coolest experiences we face as, like, you know, in the age that we're at. You know,
exactly.
From 20 to 30, you get like this. You go on this strange journey to find your own place on the planet, your own two footprints, and it's not just about implanting your footprints. It's about letting everybody else know
this is who you are
around
man.
you. Well, yeah, it's like. I don't know, man.
Yeah, it's finding who you are, man. Like how for me, it's like finding that person, like. One of the sayings was like, oh, if you're 25, when you turn 25, that's the person that you're gonna be for the rest of your life.
Yeah,
like,
the frontal lobe fully develops.
Yeah, the frontal lobe is fully developed, so that's the person that you are completely. And it's wild that we also are integrated because of our families. Because my parents did the same journey when they were younger. Over
yes, exactly, right.
And it's so crazy because they didn't even talk to me about it until now. You know, they went over there, they saw my apartment, they saw how the way they live, they saw the people that are around me. They're like supportive as hell.
That's great.
You know, it feels great. You know, it feels great to change your mindset from how the everyday people think down here, because everybody thinks a lot different than people in San Angelo.
It's a crab in a bucket mentality.
Exactly.
A little bit.
It's a little bit.
It can be like that.
And I always saw it differently, you know.
It's hard though,
because I grew up in Dominican Republic. It's completely different.
How is life over there? How's life in DR compared to what you see in Miami and Texas?
Oh, wow. That's
like, is it different from both of them?
Oh, hell yeah. Like, hella different. You know, I grew up...
DR life?
Yeah, man. I grew up basically with no electricity, dude. Like,
oh, shit.
Yeah, it's rolling blackouts every day, 24/7.
Star67.
Yeah, man. Like, that's how I grew up. I grew up, like... I wouldn't say I was poor, but I would say middle class, like... You know, we were making it. You know, we had a house, we had different things. One of the things that I always saw, my parents always working hard as hell to me, having everything that I ever wanted. And I know they were struggling sometimes over there, but they actually were able to make ends meet. Yeah, and even years later, my brother was even telling me, you know, the neighborhood that we grew up, it was like not the greatest neighborhood to live on, you know.
I'm glad everything worked out the way
exactly, you know. And I'm glad, man. I really every single day, man. One of the things that I say is I wake up and say thank you, because a lot of people do not say that and just keep their day going. I bet you if you say thank you one day, bro, your day goes easy. Because you're already, you know, you're alive, bro. You're alive and kicking, you know. And everybody always forgets that you're walking.
Yeah, you gotta be thankful for everything. Yeah. It's hard, man. That's the one thing. Like, anytime anything shitty happens, or not shitty, but anytime I feel like complaining about something,
yeah,
I'm always like, man, like something as simple as being in a drive-through line for too long, right? You'd be like, man, I've been in way too long.
Yeah,
and it's like I'm in a car, my AC's on,
exactly,
got my radio on. Does life really suck? Not
really. I'm good. I'm
not
coaching.
One
you know?
bit.
And that's one of the things that I guess that
can't get fooled like that.
Yeah, no, exactly.
It's easy to get fooled and think shit sucks.
Exactly, man. Exactly.
In reality, you suck. Your mentality.
Yeah, your
sucks.
mentality's sucking.
You know what I mean?
You know, one of the things that I believe a lot that I got into the later years when I was actually I learned a little bit about it, but really started practicing in my later years right now. The law of attraction. You know, a lot of there's laws to the universe, there's laws to everything, you know. Everything has a meaning, and I believe in something my motto is everything is everything. Everything is everything.
Mandim.
Yes.
Everything is
everything is everything, my man.
It's true. No, Jamaicans have it as a phrase for a reason. It's become a part of their daily vocab, because it's like, you know what? Once you distill all your bullshit down to that one phrase,
bro,
everything becomes a lot easier to handle after that.
Yes,
my brother, I gotta take a piss like crazy.
Okay,
I would like to play one of your songs. In the meantime,
most definitely,
so that people can see what Star67 has in the catalog for us, folks.
Most definitely.
And I've been jamming out your tunes for the last few days.
Oh, thank you.
Great stuff.
Thank you. I really appreciate that. I really appreciate that.
I love it, man. So, you know, first I would like for you to pick your a song that you would like from your Spotify playlist from this album, whatever you want.
For my yeah, man.
And then I'll pick the second one later in the episode.
Got you. From this album, actually, I want to pick one of my favorite songs from this album, which is Volume 2, which is the 11th song. That's crazy. Yeah, that number also, the number 11 has a lot of meaning for me in my life.
Oh, sweet. All right, so I think you guys can see. Let me just double check, make sure you guys can see the album art. Yes, you can. And we're gonna go ahead and play Volume 2 by Star67 in the house.
Yeah. You already know, man. Star67, man. When you feel like ice, everybody is so nice, man. Be shining like a diamond, yeah, I be shining bright. Everybody so nice when they're looking at the ice, but I'm the diamond in the rough and I be shining bright. Every day it's the same thing with the same bling, same thing, same name, like the last things. I just wanna be the king of the last ring. I just want my name to be on top of the billboards ringing, man. Everybody coming to the plan. I just gotta make a robbery and steal my heart. Making all decisions, I know I got the part. Making all the actions, everybody got the new influences. I'm available, updating everything I know. I'm original, ooh, persistent with the same originals. I'm making moves, winning championships. I'm making everything like popcorn, jumping out the backseat. Everybody on more, get a bite of the apple. I'm the Mac, oh no. I'm like Steve Jobs, creating on my own, no. Everybody got a universe. I'm just trying to write my own verse and try to write my own verse. I just feel like eyes, man. Cause everybody, I just feel like ice, man. Everybody's nice. I just feel like ice, man. Everybody's nice. I just feel like ice, man. Everybody's ice. I just feel like ice, like my diamonds drumming like, yeah. I just feel like ice. Everybody treats me nice. I just feel like nice. Everybody treats me nice. I just feel like ice. Everybody treats me nice. There's no understanding because the preservation, everything I do is just a step away. I lay away, then lay you and go away. I go home and write the stories with the same pen. I know that I'm observing everything I serve. It is to know can you talk about me when you stop can you talk about me when you stop again? I be just hitting the gas pedal, metal to the rattle. I just I'm the rattlesnake. Can you hear me coming, baby? Ooh, I just know everything that I be doing lately. Ooh, it's the plan, it's the mindset of a king. Ooh, I'm gonna rule my room with the staff, man. Ooh, I'm the mean swagger dude. Everybody knows I got the right hand. Ooh, I'm feeling like Mike Tyson. I'm on by your ear too. And everybody's gonna toot their own horns. Ooh, I be coming the yesterday is not an appropriate version of me. I'm just a man, color skin, never stopping on me, homie. I just came from the island. Can you tell me something? Coming from border to be fucking something, huh? I just feel like ice here, cause everybody's just nice to me, oh yeah. Ooh. I just feel like ice here. Everybody's always looking so nice, yeah.
We're just gonna go ahead and play another tune, folks. Why not? Why not? I'm gonna take a little longer break than expected.
Yeah, I'm ignorant. You already know, man. Star67. Just for the fuck of it. It's just like, ooh, I want this, ooh, I want that, ooh, I want this, ooh, I want that, oh, I want this, ooh, I want that, ooh, I want this, ooh, I want that, oh my god, hey. see it in my garden? I can see that you retarded with that same pardon on my high. Can you see that you could never touch my light? I know that it be shining just like bright. Hey, got you see that I cup, I just knew ice in my cup, I just be drinking, serve it right. In my zone, you already feeling right. Yeah, I want this, ooh. I want that, hey. I want this, ooh. I want that, hey. I want this, ooh. I want that. I want this, ooh. I want that. You forgot you running numbers and you got the digits. You forgot you run your numbers, you ain't got the digits. You try to get your extra points like you got the membership, but I know I'm in my rocket ship. I'm driving to your ship. Humble thing that they be doing. I'll be riding like the stars online for me. You already know it's Star67 like a phone call. Yeah, it's unknown. Just listen to my song though. Ooh, I want this, hey. I want that. I want this, hey. Ooh, I want that, hey. I want this, hey. I want that. I want this, hey. I want that, hey. Yeah, right now, man. Hey. Just have a little. Have some fun.
What's happening, folks? How are you guys? No, it's not just me. Everybody went ahead and took a cigarette break outside. I'm not going to go ahead and interrupt them. I'm not that rude. You know me. You guys know me. Yeah, I'm only rude sometimes. But no, they're all hanging out outside. They all should be back fairly soonish. In the meantime, I get to hang out with you guys. What do you guys think of the episode so far? Episode 100 is coming up very soon, folks. Let me go ahead and remove... Oh, I was trying to take this thing off, but of course, didn't want to work. Didn't want to work. Episode 100 is coming up extremely soon, folks. I'm very excited about it, if I may be honest with you guys. And I'm not even sure what the plan is so far, to be quite honest. I'm not sure what we're going to do yet. I'm thinking we're going to go to the Bend. Thinking we're going to hit the bar. We're probably going to be asking a bunch of questions to the live studio audience. Everybody who's been on the show is invited. And it's going to be a good time. We're back live, by the way. I mean, it's fine. You can say hello to the camera if you want. Here's the French brandy. Feel free, my man. Here's a shot glass. You can distribute as much as you would like to thyself.
That's what I love about Shut Up, Let's Talk.
To thyself. Yeah, it's a very free-form show, my man. Shout out to all the Spotify listeners that are just listening to all the hustle and bustle. But that's part of the fun, guys. I mean, I think every podcast should have that. Yeah, every podcast should have that experience where you feel like you're in the room with them. So, you know what? We're giving you that. We're giving you that. And I hope you enjoy it. I hope you enjoy it, folks.
Were you talking about the 100th episode before I came?
100th episode is coming up in 2 weeks.
How did I know?
It's going to be on November 6th, my birthday. It's going to be it is shocking that
definitely going to be there.
It happened to land on the same day.
Ooh, coinky dink.
So, should be an interesting one, folks. So, we'll see how that goes in the meantime. In the meantime, man, Star67, what do you guys think of the music? I like it quite a bit. Very catchy tunes. I gotta ask him who the production is by, because that's a big part of the sound.
Tim.
He made all the beats?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna ask him about that, because that's great. They sound real good.
For Happy AF, yes.
For Happy AF, which we could check out. We'll check out that one very soon. Apparently, Star67 did produce the beats, which is pretty radical. I like that quite a bit.
Very talented.
Very talented indeed, guys. Episode 98 of Shut Up, Let's Talk, man. Hanging out tonight. Like I said, Star67 is on a cigarette break at the moment. So, we'll just go ahead and let the man have his time. In the world of cigarettes, I don't really smoke cigarettes, but in the world of cigarettes, it's a very important thing. Cigarette breaks. It's a very important time for people that are into that world, because it's interesting. I don't know. I think about it, and it's kind of like, you see like these people that work out and they have like their jugs of water with them, and they just have to be drinking their jugs of water. It's a lot like that. It reminds me of that. Which, why not?
So true.
Why not?
So true.
Everybody got to have a little thing to just kind of keep themselves going.
Oh yeah.
But how's the French brandy, man? We got Anthony Engel hanging out in the live studio audience tonight, drinking some, what is that? Fruit punch? Tropical punch?
I went with the
Lemonade? Raspberry lemonade? Okay.
And the French brandy.
Raspberry lemonade and French
delicious.
brandy, which is like a French vacation in Miami.
It is amazing. I did not think it would come out this good.
That is the Le Miami. That's what we call it.
It's the Pink Flamingo.
Le Winwood.
Le Winwood.
Le Winwood. That's what we're gonna call it in the meantime. So, yeah.
Title.
That's the working title for this drink so far. I'm trying to make a drink called the Shut Up Let's Talk fairly soon. So that should be interesting. Yeah, a drink called the Shut Up Let's Talk. I gotta get in touch. We're back at it.
It smells so good out there.
At the food, man. If there's man, just feel free, brother.
Appreciate it.
Anytime, man.
Good as fuck.
Thanks, man. Hey, man, they're out there, bro. Feel free, dude. Just grab them. Just grab them. They're good though.
That shit was like, wow.
They're shrimp and fish outside, guys. It is like it's like a Little Mermaid massacre outside. It's amazing. I love it. Yeah. Under the sea. They had to make them like extra Jamaican, right? They're like, it was like you could tell that the guy doing Sebastian. No, not Sebastian's a fish. Who's the lobster?
No, Sebastian was the crab.
Sebastian's a crab?
Sebastian.
What's the fish's name? Flounder?
Flounder.
Okay, never mind.
Sebastian.
Yes, Sebastian from the Little Mermaid.
From where? Little Mermaid. Oh.
Yeah, we're guys. We don't know about the Little Mermaid. Nobody was watching the Little Mermaid,
From
right?
what I heard, I never saw the movie.
None of us.
I don't give a fuck. I watch all Disney movies.
I'm just kidding,
Tangled. All that
Tangled.
Shit, the new ones, all of them shit. All Disney movies.
I would like to watch the Little Mermaid. I just can't relate.
No,
just can't.
if you think about
It's true.
Pocahontas.
Pocahontas, man, that's like
Mulan.
Okay.
Mulan was great. Mulan is my girlfriend's favorite movie. Yeah, Mulan was great. They're doing the live action Mulan, but apparently, you know, they're not gonna have the dragon in there.
I used to watch them on Ice.
On Ice. Oh, Disney on Ice.
Yeah.
Disney on Ice.
In
Will
Times
Smith
Square.
did his thing, though.
That's one of my favorite things ever. Disney on Ice. I've never seen it, but it just the concept makes me.
Yeah, he had a
Where?
standard
New York.
to put
Oh, you were born in New York? Oh, nice. We got
Long Island.
what is your artist name? Because I know you by your Instagram.
Backward Kid.
That's your artist name too?
Yeah.
Oh, my bad, man. I want to make sure I got it right.
AKA
Hanging out with
Star67,
Backwoods Kid.
AKA Rez, AKA
Backwood
whatever
Kid.
the fuck y'all
All right,
call me.
cool. Another interview coming soon. Coming soon.
That's the first thing I called you.
Coming
I mean,
soon.
that's fine.
You come on in, man. That's fine. That's fine.
You can
Oh,
call me Backwood, you can call me Kid, you can call me Six, you can call me Wood.
Backwoods are interesting. You know, I was at the gas station not too long ago, and I remember getting mini Dutches. And the guy, I got mini Dutches. No, not mini Dutches. Those don't even exist anymore. I got like a pack of Dutches.
Yeah, they used to have
I got a
like
pack.
short-
Yeah, just like a one at a time. And I got a pack of the Dutches, right? And then the guy behind me was like, you know what? I'll get a pack of Dutches too. And then I was like, yeah, man. I was like, nobody uses those anymore. He's like, hey, man, I'm born in 1989, man. That's what I was like, okay, dude. That's exactly what I was saying. I was like, damn.
30, 40, they use Dutchess.
Yeah, dude, it's funny.
Backwards.
Yeah, gotta move.
But I'm gonna be real.
Our generation.
Respectfully, the only time that I ever smoke like
Dutchess.
physically smoke a Dutch is
Yeah.
when I step back.
Yeah, you know what? Dutches are on the decline. Dutches are on the decline, and I can't blame them. You know, right now.
But the way my stepdad rolls him, like he goes down to a science, like he guts him, takes like
He got some. Oh, I don't take out the glue and all that stuff that people do. People go nuts. People go nuts. And Swishers are even worse.
Yeah, no, hell no.
But yes.
But for switchers, I would just get some gravel, and
Some
gravel. Yeah, some gravel and some paper, bro. Like,
Absolutely.
Backwards arch enemy.
Anyway, folks, episode 98 of Shut Up, Let's Talk. We are back at it. How was the break, my man?
it was great. Honestly, I saw rain for the first time in a minute. It doesn't rain that.
It was raining outside?
Yeah, it was raining outside. I was just walking in the rain there because I just stepped outside.
Nice, man.
And it's crazy, man. Like,
You haven't seen the rain in a while.
in a while. Like, a lot of people, when they always say, oh, but it didn't just flood in Dallas, I'm like, yo, I'm like 3 hours away from Dallas. And like that's one of the things about Texas. Texas is so big that you can be driving for 12 hours and still be in Texas.
So you know what? Yes, it's a piss post break, so my energy is back now.
No, me too. I had to.
Yes, I just realized I said piss post, which I meant post pissed.
Post piss.
But Post Malone.
Post Malone. Post piss.
Post Malone. I don't know why his name is so much funnier in an Australian accent, but yes. We were talking about Texas, man. So Texas, Like, where have you, like, what's your favorite place in Texas so far? Because I've not even set foot in Texas yet. What are the cool places? Would you like to take a shot with us, by the way?
Oh, most definitely, yeah.
We're gonna be drinking some French brandy.
Hey, funny enough, my last name is actually a French last name.
Yes,
my
it
last
is.
Name, my last name is La Pikes, and it means peace, actually, like a piece of a puzzle piece.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, actually, there's a place in France actually named La Pikes, which I would love to go.
I love to call relationships two-piece puzzles.
Oh yes, most definitely. You got to find the one that fits.
It's just a two-piece puzzle, man.
Yeah, man, because like sometimes that don't work.
Sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes it doesn't.
Believe me, bro. Oh, thank you.
Cheers to you, my man.
Skull, my man.
Skull, whatever the fuck.
Skull is a word that Vikings used to say that's toast in the Viking world.
Fuck yeah, though.
Skull.
Fuck yeah, though. You know, I don't think French brandy is for shots. based on the delivery of that shot.
Well, bro, we have worse things.
But it was good.
We have worse things.
It was good.
Back over there in the Dominican Republic, we got this thing called
Caramel.
Yeah, no, like I like the aftertaste.
Yeah, right.
Right?
Les sweet.
Most definitely.
It tastes like those weird caramel candies that people used to pass out. Halloween is coming up, my man. Did you enjoy Halloween as a kid?
Oh man, I love Halloween. But it's so funny. I only actually celebrated Halloween when I came here to the States because we don't celebrate that in the Dominican Republic.
Damn. Oh, yeah. That's fun even. So you got to go to the States and then experience Halloween. It's like an extra experience.
Yeah, it's like, and it's so funny because I always loved it. Like back in the Dominican Republic, we actually got to see the night before, the night before Christmas, and it like. It's just like things like that. I was like, yeah, man, spooky time.
So what costumes did you wear as a kid? What's your favorite? Well, you can just listen.
My favorite one, honestly, and it wasn't even when I was a kid. I was like when I was like 22.
Shit was like yesterday, right?
Yeah, type of. I was dressed as Darth Vader.
Oh, okay.
And funny enough, my hair wouldn't stay down because my hair is curly as hell. So we put like amounts of gel and like halfway to like we went to Wynwood like for a little Halloween party and whatnot, and my hair is just like just out and about like Darth Vader.
It's Afro Vader.
It's Afro Vader. It's like yo, what's good, bro? That's the type of Vader that was.
It's Dark Vader.
It's for real, Dark Vader.
Dark skinned Vader.
Tropical brown Vader.
That's a tropical brown Vader. Jesus Christ, man.
Man, I loved it, dude. I loved it. And a lot of people like.
Shut up, let's talk from mature audiences, guys.
Yeah.
Get with it or take a fucking hike.
Most definitely. Yo, man. And I remember that so much because I had so much fun that night, And actually for this year, I'm actually turning into Jules from Pulp Fiction.
Oh man, I thought you meant the cigarette vapes for a second. I was like, what?
What?
It's like, I'm gonna be a jewel, dude. I was like, oh shit.
Yeah, I'm gonna go get smoke coming out of my hair and like just
hella relevant. I was like, okay. 2K19. I had a friend of mine that his costume was like an outlet, like a plug outlet. Like
really? So he's the plug.
He was the plug.
Oh my god, that is the best, bro.
Like I got a plug.
That's a legend.
It was an amazing costume.
He's a legend.
It was extra creative.
Yeah, most definitely. Like when you go above and beyond, like what the common like role of like costumes is, it's just like. Yeah, you thought about this. like you thought about this way harder.
Yeah, you were waiting for this.
You were waiting for this day.
You invested time and money.
Exactly, brother.
And you never get time back, so that's the real investment.
Yeah, man. Like one of the things that a lot of people do not know about me, I'm actually a comic book collector and also a cosplayer. From time to time, from time to time I go to do cosplaying because that's like my thing, man.
Halloween ain't shit for you. You do this shit on the regular.
Yeah,
you do this shit for fun.
I do it for fun.
It's a hobby.
It's a hobby, pretty much, man. Like
nice.
it's crazy. And my love for anime, I can tell you one of the craziest stories of me growing up, and my dad can't even like testify to this. We used to ruin my dad's music, just actually like
ruin it.
Yeah, because we didn't have that much like electricity. So whenever we had electricity, it was like around 3 o'clock. It was Dragon Ball Z and all the other animes. I guess they weren't sanctioned over here until like Toonami actually started like putting them on. Okay. So what we used to do, we used to get tape cassettes, put it right next to the TV, and it would record whatever sound it was.
Sweet.
So my dad like will be listening to a song and like half of the way to the song is like, help me, like loud as possible. And my dad will be like, oh, all right. So you know,
this isn't bachata.
This isn't bachata for real. They completely were like, I guess that I'm not listening to music today, you know, type. But like, you gotta do what you gotta do, and like, we were feeding for Dragon Ball Z at the time, so and
that's amazing. They said having kids was gonna be fucking awesome. Okay,
exactly. But,
until your music gets taken from you.
Yeah,
wow, dude.
Your quiet time has been taken about from a lot.
So is your dad a Dragon Ball Z fan right now or no?
Actually, he became a Dragon Ball Z fan. Like,
see, you
yeah, I broke the fourth wall with them.
Yeah, about it. You inducted your dad in the Dragon Ball Z hive,
and it's so crazy because it's not just him and him; it's my mom's. Like I would hear her.
This has no cap, guys. You guys saw me doing that. That was funny.
No cap, no capping in here.
This is why having this as an audio only show doesn't work. Because people see you trying to take a cap off of something with no cap.
Doing no cap is that you see. It's, like,
it's real, guys. So
it's not orange juice.
Yeah, we're gonna treat it like it is. But what were you talking about? So you're talking about your dad, man. So like you guys were recording over your dad's music.
Yeah, and
so how did that turn into? So your dad has an appreciation for listening to music.
Yes,
did that turn into your evolution of making it?
Honestly, it did. You know, a lot of my music has a lot of like ballad sounds and things that I used to listen to them. Like my dad is a great, like, huge Bee Gees fan, and I didn't even know.
I love the Bee Gees.
Yeah, so man, and it's just so good. It's just so always good vibes, and my dad always had like good vibes going on. Ooh, fun on. But my dad always had
sound effect, by the way.
Yeah, I know. I
awesome.
think it's probably my phone is like over there charging, and I'm like,
what an epic sound. What phone is that? What company is that?
That is Samsung right there, senor.
Dark Souls sound.
Burning.
Like wild. Like, damn.
Most definitely. Yo,
I'm about to take my sword out. Like,
I need to level up right quick before.
Yeah. Who dare ye approach?
Man,
shut up. Let's talk 98.
Exactly. Let's shut up. Let's talk, man. Like, shut up to everybody. Honestly, that you haven't seen behind the cameras, but how my boys, my people, you know.
Yeah, we got a whole pop group behind us.
We have a whole group going around, you know. We have my boy Engel, we have my boy Vince, we have Ali, you know. I love her to death. She's been in there since day one as well. All of them, Jay and Rez, you know, it's my brothers, you know. Like it's people that really been supporting me from the very get go, and like they told me when I was even switching from like playing a lot of metal and a lot of stuff that I wanted to try my hand in hip hop. They were like, you know what, you got lyrics enough to do that, and you kind of have the charisma, and you kind of have that thing to be your own artist, and I always love that, you know. And even if I wasn't in that position of like to be around them all the time, I made the time for them. You know, these are the people that
keyword time.
It's time again, yeah, man. Like I came down here. It's like I came down here. Like I told you, man. I didn't tell nobody. Everybody started finding out because I posted a picture of me and my mom's, like, happy birthday, and I was like, holy crap, you're down here. And I was like, yeah, you know, I'm really like visiting the people that I can call, because those are the people that I can just be telling the most. And like, you're yourself, man. I was down here. I'm like, yo, bro, I'm down here. We got to do this because like it's been a long time coming. I'm like, yeah, hell yeah, I'm ready for that.
Happy to have you, man.
Man,
absolutely.
I'm glad to be here, man. It's like it's wild because I've been in this room doing a lot of different types of music, and like a lot of like in this same room doing all the crazy stuff, and now coming all again together. You know,
feels good, man.
It feels good, man. It feels great.
What I like the most is that the show grows every week, and it feels good to have you guys on the journey. You know what I mean?
Most definitely, brother.
I don't plan on stopping this anytime soon. So you know, like to me, it's just kind of like, you know, to me, it's like 10 years from now, I look back at these episodes, like, man, that was back at the apartment.
That was back. Yeah, that was back in the apartment. That was back at the house.
And you got to visualize that shit. You know, I was just like the way people like write off the word "I will try."
Yes.
Like there's no try.
There's no try.
There is no try. There's only do. And nobody cares about try.
Exactly.
Like literally, like nobody, like they could see your effort and maybe they'll appreciate you for like 5 seconds, but unless you give them a result, like it's not in our human nature to glorify failure, basically.
Exactly. No, it's not.
Really not.
It's not.
Unfortunately.
Yes, unfortunately.
Well, no, fuck that. It's not unfortunate. That was me trying to be nice.
Well,
I just listened to what I said. No. Why should we reward laziness?
Well, no, never laziness. That's one of the things that my mom even told me.
Because you got to get up and get it.
You got to get up and get it. And that's honestly what I did when I was going to school for forensic science. And I like that.
Whoa,
yeah.
CSI? What?
Yeah, I was trying to be CSI, man.
You'd be Ice-T on the show.
Most definitely.
You'd be Ice-T.
I got this.
Yeah. Yo, this girl's dead.
This girl's dead now. You know,
she's still dead.
And it's crazy, man. You know, I love that. I love that I wanted to like doing forensic science. You can give the answer to some people that are actually searching for it. And the more I thought about it,
forensics.
Yes.
Are you really interested in that?
I was really
That's cool
interested.
though, because I'm trying. Sorry guys, these episodes are very like meta in my head, because we're on this journey together through every episode. So I'm not trying to figure out like how'd you get from forensics to music? What is it about music that you use from your interest in forensics? Because you have an attention to detail.
Yes,
and I notice
definitely.
you're a good songwriter. It's not just about,
thank
it's
you.
not about making complicated things. It's about making things that sound good.
They sound great. Yeah, exactly. That's the thing.
Your knowledge of chords, your knowledge of like melody through chord changes. Like I've seen you jam out on your acoustic, and it's just like, and I remember like asking you like, oh, what is that like? And you're just like, oh, I'm just making it up.
I just make it up. Yeah. Like I don't know what chord this is, man. I'm just like trying to play it.
so you have some sort of detailed. You appreciate looking further into something.
Yes, because the thing is like once you like dig in deep to like the real subject matter things, you actually find what is the real essence. A lot of things people kind of mishmash and just put makeups on or just a band-aid. And one of the things I heard, man, you can never put a band-aid on cancer, man. Cancer is always there then. So you, as a developer and artist, actually for myself, as a developing artist, I just look between the lines when everybody was just looking. I was like, oh, that's fun. That's this. Like that reminds me of the time when Lil Pump was coming up. Everybody was giving him hate because of D-Rose. I was laughing because I'm like, yo, this kid is finessing the whole world. It's finessing the whole world.
Hello,
right
my
now.
love. Sorry, the lovely Claudia just showed up, folks. Hello.
Hello.
How's it going? I like your vest. Is that a vest or a scarf?
It's a shirt.
Oh, it looks badass.
So neither.
Yeah, neither. It was just draped over her.
It just draped.
Like a mink. But a plaid mink. So anyway, we were talking about, you know what? Something about you, man, like, is that why you appreciate the acoustic guitar? Because you appreciate that stripped down sound of just nothing but... Because the acoustic, there's nothing more intimate than just an acoustic guitar and vocals.
Yes, most
Is
definitely.
that why you appreciate that?
That's what I appreciate a lot more. And honestly, when I was playing shows, I wasn't even seeing it that way because I was just performing, just rapping on top of it. And it was actually at Therapy Tuesdays when I actually honed up my skills. That was like an open mic night that we used to do almost every Tuesday. And I honed up my skills because I started playing acoustic guitar. And I started playing acoustic guitar and rapping. Kind of developing that two world kind of collides into one. And I was like, you know what? It's music at the end of the day. I'm able to gravitate to something that I like. My people might not understand, but something that I like.
But that's creativity in its finest form. You're capturing two different extremes.
Yeah.
You're capturing an acoustic guitar and vocals, which is something people have been doing since like the dawn of time.
Yeah.
And then you're also capturing hip hop music, which is on the pulse of today.
Exactly.
So you capture two different worlds there, which is cool because I like that. Like that's art is about extremes. Art is about pushing. It's about evoking emotion.
Most definitely.
And you get that through both of those things, through having that one-on-one. So what do you prefer, or do you prefer any of them, or is it all just the same to you?
Honestly,
there's nothing wrong with that too.
There's nothing wrong with that, yeah. But for me, it's all the same. I keep my I keep my ear very open to everything that I listen to, because even from I was in high school, I used to listen to Japanese rock, where everybody else
Deer
was
and
like,
Gray?
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah. You already know, man. A lot of people that do not know me, like they only hear the new music that I do. I actually grew up playing metal. Like that's like my main bread and butter. I came from playing heavy in bands as a bassist. That's actually my upbringing, playing bass and finding all the rhythms and finding all the little nicks and crannies that made me actually turn into a better guitarist, because it made me appreciate more of the bass. It made me appreciate more of the sounds that are going around. Also made me appreciate what a drummer does. you know, making the drummer sounds on your guitar and actually kind of giving a response to them. Made me understand what a shredder does. You know, it gave me an understanding. It's like, yeah, sometimes you need something faster, and sometimes you need something that's gonna be hard hitting and pulsating, no matter what kind of genre it is. And when it came to hip hop, I grew up around hip hop. I grew up around Miami. Miami is like hip hop central. And if you grew up as a little inner city kid going to American Senior High, especially if you
a lot of Trick Daddy.
Yeah, a lot of Trick Daddy, man. A lot of Trina, a lot of Trick Daddy.
A lot of Take It to the House.
Yeah, most definitely.
That's great music, though.
And it's great music, exactly. And it made me think, and also like I have to give credit to my number one band. And my greatest like achievement, that like to finding in like ears and saying like, yo man, you can do this, and like you can be weird and exasperatical. It's Coheed and Cambria. It's like the first band that I ever heard that had actually a comic book related to their music, and everything translates to even different sense, and even the characters in the story are based upon like his own imagery on how he saw himself, how he saw his parents, how he saw everybody else. And that's when you comes, you know, to the paying attention to details. I'm like, wow, everything. That's where also my meaning comes. Everything is everything, because when you're paying attention to the details, everything is a threat. Even before coming over here, man, like we were talking about Harry Potter. And we were having a conversation about Harry Potter, about Facebook and Harry Potter, how they did that. And it's so weird that it happens to be right now in this moment, in this very time, you know, and it could have been happening any other time, but it happened in this moment.
Well, we're in an awesome time where we're, you know, everybody makes the joke like, oh, we're living in the Matrix, but we're literally living in the Matrix. Meaning,
we are.
Meaning we're fighting a big machine.
Yeah.
The big machine is social media algorithms. Social media algorithms, for people that don't know what that means, that is when you post a picture on Facebook of you just like posting your Chipotle food.
Yes,
actually,
sir.
you know what? They might actually promote that more.
Yeah,
because that's probably like a regular post. So you know,
free promo.
So, you know, let's say you do. Let's say you make bracelets, and you post up a picture of like a new bracelet you posted. If you're like, hey, if you literally write in your post, hey, I just made a new bracelet. If you want to buy it, here, check it from this link.
Yeah.
And you post a link, 5 people are going to see that. And if you got a 500 friends, maybe 5 people will see that.
Yeah.
Because they know that you're trying to sell something. Instead, because of what you wrote.
Exactly.
You wrote if you wrote the words, if you want to check it out here, and you posted a link, so they know you're trying to send people to a different link.
You're trying to sell them something.
And the robots, the algorithm, the robots are the ones that capture that data. So that way, and guess what? When you post a picture like, hey, just got a new car, and you post a picture of your new car, 150 likes, 200 likes, 500 likes, whatever, because they see the words "new car," they see the picture, they like it analyzes that data, and it knows when you have a baby, it does the same shit. When you get into a relationship, it does the same.
It does the same thing, and it's crazy, man. Like, because a majority of the times when we even one of my friends back home, like we actually have phones, and like we have some Samsung phones. We have the same Samsung phone. And we actually Google the same things, and we get completely different things. Yeah. And that's how you know. It's like it means more to the big corporations or the big machine like that are actually running around. What the hell you like and what the hell you interest. So why not using the same kind of technique of the big machine of how to do that, to create a community of different artists and different actually sublets of different things, because that's one of the things everybody always think of an artist is just, oh, you only gonna promote music. No, man, there's a lot of more ways to promote your music. It's a lot more ways to promote your message, because that's one of the things that I think is pretty much lost.
Well, nobody just wants music anymore, unfortunately. They also want your personality.
They want your personality, and I think the only thing that's missing out of all of that is the message.
Right.
Because why would you be? If you have a personality, if you have a voice, you just a show. So anybody that you want to sell out to, you can sell out to. And anyway, and that's one of the things. Everybody has a problem selling out. There's no problem selling out. That means that you actually just achieve a way that nobody else can achieve, and everybody's gonna be hating on you.
It all depends on the process.
Exactly. It all depends. Exactly. It all depends on the process.
How
That's true.
you sell out.
That is
like
true.
when the reason why people got upset at Metallica was because they told, well, not just Napster, but the producer told the guitar player no guitar solos. He said,
Yeah, no, that's-
he said the guitar solos are not popular right now in music. No solos. So the guy didn't play any solos. Guess what? Everybody was like, where the fuck are the solos?
Yeah, exactly.
And all the fans hated it. That's selling out.
That's selling. Yeah, going with the big machine and actually not going with your actually intentions on how you make music. Okay, that's why I consider a sellout. But I don't consider a sellout somebody that I can actually, hear his music out there and actually pushing out. Because a lot of people.
No, getting a song with Drake is not a bad thing.
Exactly, it's not a bad thing. And a lot of people have.
If it's whack or not is something else.
It's something else. Yeah, that's completely goes to you as the artistry and the other artist. And at the end of the day, a lot of people kind of, I think, has a misconception to that. And my attention to detail mindset always picks up on that and be like, yo, you guys are focusing on the person and never the content. And sometimes the content is shitty as hell, but the person is just so entertaining that you're always going to fall for it. And media algorithms know that.
That's a Billie Eilish.
Yep. Yeah, that's crazy.
Her music is interesting. It's not bad.
It's not bad.
But her personality is definitely more interesting than the music, in my opinion.
And if you think about it, bro, she actually got so big as well because she actually had help from her brother. Her brother is famous
he's the producer.
Like, this man has time in the industry. This man has already understood the industry, and that's not such a bad thing. I'm not a fan of Billie Eilish. Like that's
She's fine. The music is cool. It's Netflix the music.
Yeah, pretty much. Every week there's a new topic, bro. Every
it's a new
week.
thing, and it's not just the sound is very interesting. The visuals are very interesting. It's like American Horror Story almost.
Yeah, they're not caring about music anymore. Like a lot of the artists that I know, they just care about more visuals.
I just don't even. I'm just not even listening to her lyrics. Like the video is so entertaining that I'm just kind of like, your voice is just a texture to this visual.
Pretty much.
It's not even like it's not. It's just like her music. I'm sure like if I dove in and just listened to the soundtrack, I'm sure like the music was good too, but. There's something about that. It's just about capturing your attention and how you're going to do it. Exactly. Don't get me wrong. In a day and age, I said this before, the algorithm is our enemy, right? But
you can use it.
You can use it, and at the same time, you have to find ways to break the algorithm.
Yes.
You have to be. If you're gonna let the computers take over, then there's no reason why you should survive.
Exactly. That's why I even so, like, that's one of the things that I say. Like, you can follow them all. Like everybody follows the cheese. Everybody's in the rat race. There's some rats that actually escape the rat race and see the cheese is on the string, so they go for the string instead of the cheese, because if you grab the string, you can just get the whole shit.
Well, the smart one is the one that can figure out how to manipulate the cheese holder.
Exactly. You feel me? Like, that's where...
Who's holding the cheese?
Who's holding the cheese at the end of the day? And that's one of the craziest things that nobody always sees, man. Like, it's so blankly staring in your face. Like, life is not a job. Life is not the everyday life. Because that's not your life. That's just a facet of your life.
Right.
And even if we put it with the algorithms, it's like, what do you want to live? You want to live just a facet of your life, or you want to live your whole entirely? And that's, I guess, when you build a brand for yourself. And I think every single person is a brand in itself, because your own persona, the way that you speak, the way that you approach different situations, it's all based on you. And I learned very early on to take, if I messed up, to take the blame for it, because that's the only way that I can grow up. Like
accountability.
Accountability. You feel me? Because we were talking about earlier about failure, and sometimes like
it's real.
It's real.
People deny it.
People deny. Exactly.
There's a denial process.
That's the denial
it's like
process.
Death. Like people deny death in the beginning. When somebody dies, like there's just like there's like a day or two where they just are just frozen.
They say, oh no, this is not real,
and they break down a few days later when the acceptance comes in.
Exactly, and that's just a human thing. It's just because we don't want to let go. That's the main thing. We don't want to let go to something that is normal, and to something that is whatever, to something that is this is great, to something that's like, you should let go of everything, because even the great saying says, if you love something, you let it go. Why not let go of the facet of, I have to post this pic because I have to do this thing for this? Why not just, I have to post this pic because I can create more awareness of every single thing that I'm doing? Like, everybody that I've seen around me kind of has the mentality of, I want to do it, I want to put it out, but I guess the ego stands in the way, and the pride.
I hate that phrase. If you love somebody, let it go. What about being accountable? What about letting go of your toxic behavior?
True. That's
Like,
that's you know that's a true.
Like, I love you too much, so I'm too jealous. That's why I gotta let you go. It's
Okay,
like, no.
yeah.
What about you? Like, why don't
Yeah.
you fix the fact that you're needy as fuck?
That's
like,
true. That is true.
Why don't you figure
That
out
is
what's
true.
wrong with you?
You know, one of the
and then you thrive together.
And then you thrive together.
Rather being like, I'm not worthy of you.
Yeah, but there's a lot of people that
Get off your fucking knees, man.
Believe me, exactly. You feel me? Like one of the things that I was
Not in a mean way, but just in a motivational way.
In a motivational way.
God damn.
Like I grew up listening to metal, and every single metal artist that I ever grew up was like, if you're on your knees, you get the fuck back up and you start doing the same shit.
Right. It's uplifting.
Exactly. And I see that everybody, like, what's normal now is being sad, is being in bullshit, sad.
Being helpless.
Yeah, and like it's so, bro.
Helpless and sad
I'm
are two different things.
Exactly, bro. Like, I'm like,
You don't want to be helpless.
You want to be helpless,
because half of that's bullshit.
Yeah, bro. Exactly. You know how they say, yo, you got crocodile tears, because that's the crocodile tears, my man. You be talking the same shit.
A pity party. It's a pity party.
And they want, like, a lot of people want to have all the problems resolved by everybody else, and
Well, it's because it gets the easy click. It gets the easy following, the shallow following.
Exactly, but at the same time,
it's like, is
it the best following? Because like, if that's the energy you use around yourself, that's what you're gonna become at the end of the day.
No, I'd like I said, I'd much rather uplift than everybody sit in my piss with me.
Exactly. I never understood that. I never understood that is like when people feel like they are not worthy something, they have to bring everybody down.
Well, I'm not a big Illuminati guy. I'm not a big conspiracy cat. But at the end of the day, if whether you believe in whatever you believe in, if you believe in higher power, like the only way to really limit a society is by taking away their education, and taking away their communication. Most of the time, and or poisoning the water also.
It kill everybody.
So in a way, like in Egypt, a couple of years ago when they were like raiding the museums and destroying the history, that was really hurtful because it was like, God damn, you guys are destroying the history. Like, you guys are destroying
your country pretty much, bro.
Right, you know what I mean? So it's kind of like, I think about, today, and it's like, you just have to be kind of like, you got to be a little plugged in, man. You got to be a little more aware. I had a point with it. I actually kind of lost it when I brought up Egypt because fuck.
Gotcha.
But I got a little lost there. But yeah, I don't know. I don't exactly know where I was getting at with this whole thing. But yeah, you can't just spend too much time feeling sorry for yourself.
Exactly.
At the end of the day, you got to like move, man, and you got to just find a support system.
Exactly. Believe me. Before I even moved, I was honestly going through the lowest point of my time. My dad was going through surgery. My grandmother was actually dying of cancer. I just finished a long-lasting relationship and I'd lost my job.
God damn. That's all of them.
It's all of them in once, because that's one of the things. Like, when change comes, it's all of them in once. It's never like, oh yeah, you take a week and a break. And man, it made me realize that, wow, I lost track of myself.
How do you feel today?
I feel great, man. Like, it felt like I've been like baptized,
Good, man. Good answer. Good answer.
I've been baptized,
by life.
Yeah. It's like a trial by fire, but then you come out like, that was not that bad.
Yeah.
Where I'm at is not. It's not as bad as it is. That's why I mentioned that. Like I've been through a point that I've been like, a lot of people would actually gone the different way, the different route that I did, that I actually suck it up and actually kept continuing. Don't get me wrong, the first few days were the hardest days, but you kind of get more into the everyday life and be like, it's not such a bad. I have a support system. I have my friends. I have everybody I have my music. And that's crazy, man. That was the time that I lost my music. And it was the most hardest time because I couldn't make anything, and that made me so depressed.
You like lose your voice, right?
Yeah, man. You lose your spark. You lose your mojo in a sense.
It's hard though. It's hard, man. And you know what? In a way though, it feels good, man. Because imagine somebody just holding, two people holding you by each arm, and you're just dying to get out.
Dying, exactly.
And the day they let you go, the moment they let you go,
you feel free, man.
You put all your force into that release. You know what I mean? And I think that's great, man. I think that's so the day that you got back into the music, the day that you recorded the next track after that long
period of time, and
that must have been a crazy day.
Yeah, man. Rolling Stone, that what happened as soon as I landed, man. As soon as I landed to Texas, I was in a 3-hour ride back home to the place, San Angelo, And I was just riding through this whole time, and I was riding Rolling Stone, and I feeling, you know, and one of the first lyrics came is like, living my life like a Rolling Stone, when I lay my hat, yeah, that's my home. And that actually comes from an old Temptation song, Rolling Stone, by the same now.
Oh, I gotta check that Temptations. The Temptations are amazing.
Yeah, the Temptations are amazing, and it's so crazy because I felt like that, you know, and I used it in that track, and I developed myself as a person. I was like, wow, man, I am a Rolling Stone. You know, I pick up something from every single city that I've been, from every single person that I've been, and you know, and no offense of the word, one of my best friends tells me, like, Elvis, you're like the herpes, bro. Like, as long as you get stuck with me for the rest of your goddamn life. Which is like one of the most wildest anecdotes that they can ever talk about me. And
what I was gonna say is that the stone that constantly gets rolled becomes the most comfortable to hold.
Oh, whoa! Because I like that.
Oh, I didn't realize all that rhymed too. Oh shit!
I like that. Yeah, no, I was like, ooh, spinning some bars.
But you know, the more, like, you know, the stones that are the roundest and the ones that you throw and you skip on the water, like those are the ones that have been rolled over the longest time, and those are the ones that people, you know, like, they feel some strange connection because they're so round and they're so comfortable that they're just. It's different. You feel well. It's just every stone that you throw that is round, you feel wisdom because you feel time passing through each of these rocks that you're holding in your hand.
Ain't that crazy?
What the fuck are we talking about?
Ain't that crazy? Yeah, no, like, ain't that crazy, man? That, like, how when you stepped out of the box of the regular day life, you see how kind of crazy yourself is. You're like dragging yourself ragged.
Well, you know what? Speaking of that. Or way earlier in the show, you mentioned the fact that somebody asked you, why don't you just use your regular name, Elvis, instead of Star67?
Man.
And what I was going to tell you, you know, to that is, at the end of the day, you know, when you're somebody that likes to create, whether you make music or you paint or you do anything that creates, creating in general, you're given. I take this the right way, folks. You're given a percentage of the power of God, right?
Pretty much.
You're given the power to create. That's what God does, right? He creates. Don't they call him the maker?
The maker, exactly. You are a maker.
So you create. You're given that power. So if you're going to create, right, you could either be Elvis or you could be Star67. If you're going to create, you're given the power to create. Are you going to create the things that you've already seen, or are you going to create things you've never seen before in your life?
You know, it's actually like a little bit of both. Because I always saw music also like a spiritual, like, awakening for myself.
And that is what I see for you. You explore places you haven't been yet.
Yeah, man, I have to. You know, it's just my inability, like, of not staying in a box. You know,
that's creativity.
I always wanna see what's out there next in the horizon. And sometimes it's like something that I don't like, and sometimes it's something that I'm like, oh my god, you know, I never experienced something like this ever in my life. And it's crazy, man, because my mind as a creator, bro, like, it's just what you said. Like, it's so funny. You kind of your own God in your own realm, and you just
create your world.
You're just picking chords.
You create the places you've
exactly. And I feel like when
it's your job to show the others that.
Exactly, man. And it's so crazy. It's like Jimi Hendrix is one of my idols. You know,
well, he created worlds.
He created worlds.
That's why he's so important.
Exactly.
Because people love visiting where he's been.
Exactly, man. It's so crazy because we were hanging out. Like, me and my homeboys were just chilling. We're listening to so much music that people have so much covered music of Jimi Hendrix, and it's just like, damn, everybody wanted to sound like Jimi Hendrix.
Everybody wants to be where he's been.
Exactly. Like, just think about it, you know.
They just want a taste of that world.
Exactly. They just want a taste, and I mean
enough to make his whole song.
Exactly.
enough to learn hours and hours, like, to spend days learning his song.
Countless times, man.
That's the utmost respect.
And I think that's the most, as well, like, that's the most form of flattery that you can ever do, is just
being copied.
Actually, in a way, yeah. Like, when somebody actually copies you or somebody actually takes something from you, it feels that's the most admiration because they think you're the template to go.
And nobody could fully ever copy. If you're important enough, and you know what, we've been an hour and a half into this episode.
Gotcha.
So we'll close up soonish. But you know, one of the last things I want to bring up on the show tonight is the fact that if you're so easily able to be copied, if people can copy you so easily, you don't have a reason to survive in the market.
Not at all.
And look what happened to Blockbuster. You know, the more people copied Blockbuster and they came up with a new system,
they just killed
Blockbuster disappeared.
Yeah.
And if you need to find some way to be able to make your footprint its own, your thumbprint its own.
Exactly.
And if your thumbprint is important enough, people will care.
Exactly.
And you'll survive your own way.
Exactly. And one of the things that when people always ask me, like, where, that always drives me, like, where's my end goal or what I want to do.
What is the end goal for Star67?
For me, as in music goes, man, I actually always wanted to be creating music for films, like film scores. Like, that was actually my dream, to create music for movies, TV shows, and animes. Because I feel that when you create something like instrumental, it just makes you feel a mood, or just makes you feel an emotion just because of nothing being spoken. It really creates a lot of melody. And that's one of the things that I actually admire about you. And I remember the first time we actually ever met, you told me, like, yeah, man, I put an album out and it was an instrumental album, and I was like, holy crap, like, you just blew my mind.
Thanks,
I
dude.
Never knew nobody that had put music out there.
Really?
Yeah, I never knew, at that point, I never knew nobody that had music out there. Like, I knew some people, like, socially, but somebody that I can actually reach out and actually have a conversation, and I'm like, you understand me as an artist and you understand me as a person, and we can actually bring both of them together. You were actually one of the first persons that actually initiated that in my life.
Well, thank you, life, for allowing me to be that person. I appreciate that, because that's huge, man.
Yeah, most definitely.
That's really cool. That's really cool.
That's most definitely, man. Like, I always remember. That's why, like, when I told Vince and I told my parents that, like, they don't know you, I'm like, yo, Alistair's the man. Like, yeah, like, this is the dude y'all have to meet. This is the man of the plan,
Thanks, man.
And man, like, a lot of on this journey, I really appreciate it. And one of the persons that actually have a song in there.
Can we introduce Backwoods Kid?
Yeah, I'm gonna introduce Backwoods Kid right now.
Backwoods Kid, man.
Come onto the
say
mic.
hi to the camera really quick. Let me make sure that. Oh yeah, you can see yourself. Come up on the mic, my man. Tell the people hello.
Hello, hi.
I guess the next song that we'll play is with Backwoods Kid and Elvis.
Yes.
No, Star67.
It's Star67. Yes. Elvis is trademark. I can't use that name.
Elvis, never heard of him.
Never heard of him.
Presley?
Yeah. What? Who?
The
What?
indie artist?
I'm walking in Memphis. What?
Still got your poster, your Elvis poster. Got that
Most
in my
definitely.
garage.
Yo, it's crazy as hell. Like, everybody that ever meets me, like, before I even introduced my main man, actually I put in my single of it's our own little demon song. We call it demons because, honestly, if you think about it in the real sense, like hell was supposed to be a place to testing, because even the word Satan means tester, judger. Yeah, a lot of people do not know that. That means somebody that's actually supposed to give you a test. So I feel like this life is actually, if you're running through hell, that means that you're actually going through your grind, and then you're actually, like, earning your way, paying to way you're having. So everybody's a demon that's trying to, like, kind of, like, learn to the next level.
Wow.
So that's actually, even one of the lyrics is, I took the test and found out that I was a demon. It's just because of that. It's like, I can do things that, like, normal people can do as well, but since I've seen both sides of different worlds and my own sides of different worlds, I kind of tend to see both sides. Like, I can see what's good and one can see what's evil. One of the first things that my dad said that really made me think about that was, like, the same dude is gonna rob you is the same dude that prays God that the robbery goes well, so everything goes fine. So that's how
interesting.
That's how I grew up. Like, so nobody.
That's wisdom you can't learn.
Yeah, that's something.
That's wisdom. That's wisdom you live.
Yeah, that's something that you live, and I'm really grateful for all the lessons that I was taught from my parents and, like, all the stuff. Like, sometimes they might be helicopter parents at a point, but they just do it because they love me and they've been through the same.
Hey, every protector is good at what they do.
Most definitely. Well, I'm gonna be introducing you to Backwood Kid Sasuke. AKA the man, a whole bunch of stuff,
AKA whatever the fuck you know me by.
Your kid Sasuke?
Yeah.
Why you look so different in that picture?
Oh, like,
what the hell?
Yeah, man. That man has a curse mark and everything.
Epic, man. So what song are we gonna play for the folks on the exit today?
Oh, my man. Do you want to introduce the song?
The demon.
Oh, introduce the song, my man.
Feel free, my man.
Feel free.
Well, basically, making this song was fucking weird as shit.
Yeah.
But
it was weird as shit.
Yeah, like, literally, we were in the closet, and I was homeless at the time. He had just picked me up out of the street,
You were in the closet and
No, I wasn't living in the closet.
Whoa. I just realized that's a phrase that people use on the normal. Whoops.
No, whatchamacallit?
English is tricky, guys.
Really
English has a lot of hidden trap falls.
Fuck grammar. Fuck school.
Right?
No, just JK. Seriously.
Like if I were to say these nuts, it would mean
Education
something
is
totally
key.
different right now.
Education is key.
It will be a band for me.
But yeah, basically.
Anyway, sorry, man. So this song was created in
from
a
me
closet.
From me being homeless, basically. Like,
Damn.
I was having a lot of, I guess you can say toxic cycles that I chose to attach to. And that really set me back in my own progression. Because then it made my mindset ignorant to the fact of I'm not doing anything where I need to do. It's everything that I want to do. So it's like, it really...
It's like you spoil yourself.
Exactly. Literally. Selfishly.
Yeah.
Through other people.
It's hard though,
and
because
then-
sometimes
exactly.
your wants could look like needs.
Exactly.
Yeah,
and then
hard.
when this dude came by, bro.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to like
Yo.
see what your wants are and what your needs are sometimes. Because the
Hard.
thing is like your needs kind of are related to your wants. So sometimes you make
You
the
gotta
wrong
find the
decision
balance
for yeah, exactly. Just because you want to do what's right for yourself, sort of, you know.
That's a tough one.
Yeah, that you know how crazy it is, like to find what's right for yourself, even though if you don't know what the hell is right for yourself. That's like the hardest part. You understand that? That's like whoa,
Shit
dude.
is scary.
Yeah.
That shit is really scary.
I
The
agree.
bottom line is basically, I went through a lot of hardship. This is one of my first songs ever that I made with you.
Nice.
That which was like low key a blessing to me because I didn't even like me meeting him. I didn't even know he was ever, you know, because due to my ignorance, I never looked at him in
Closer
that
to the mic? My
in a
bad.
sense. So basically, like I would always. The way I look at people before versus how I look at people now is completely different.
That's awesome.
The way I looked at people before was literally, you are my enemy. I don't know you. You are the of the unknown. If you haven't been in every single living aspect in my life, you're not welcome in my world.
So you're like in a defense mode.
Exactly, yeah. Like a Yu-Gi-Oh card in a defense mode. That shit. I'm so serious. A Karibo at that.
That's the shit. Was that the shit like face down?
Yeah, you feel me?
Oh,
No,
oh,
sideways.
oh. I'm trying to remember.
Sideways, you feel me?
Karibo face
You feel me? But yeah, and literally like
How you feeling now,
from
though?
How it is now.
You chilling now?
I'm gonna be real with you. My mentor told me this. He said that I am humbly cocky.
That's the
Humbly cocky.
That's the best way to be.
Yeah.
That's the best combo. That's
And
the best
like,
combo. Because you know what you're
I-
capable of, but you distribute it
in
modestly.
exactly.
That's
in a
great.
sense where it's like,
It's great.
if you want my knowledge that I give out, then that's yours to keep. If you don't, you're not missing out on anything. I'm not missing out on anything because at the end of the day, I am.
Well, in my opinion, that's the best way to
That's how I
distribute.
really
That's the
say.
best way to distribute power. Because if you know, at the end of the day, if you have not, you know, everybody says like knowledge is power. The only reason why knowledge is power is because you realize
Exactly.
something somebody has not yet realized.
It's like, ooh, I can steal this right quick.
Right. I mean,
Yeah, it's the
well-
same shit. Whether you're hitting the lick, whether you're gangbanging, you doing anything dumb or retarded,
or whether you're
it
trying
is
to
you
move up
decide
in a
to do.
Fortune 500 company.
Exactly. all
Guess
that.
what? You bought your
Same
boss a
shit.
bottle of whiskey that was super expensive because you're not kissing ass. You're just moving your way up
Yup.
your jungle. That is your jungle.
Yup.
You realize what the tribe, the chief tribe, or the tribe chief. You realize you're the same shit. You realize what they want,
Facts.
and you fulfill that thing. Just like you realize that your family. But if you bring it down onto the simple level, you and your family, you hunt, you kill an animal, you bring it back home, you feed your family.
Sounds like Texas for me.
Sounds like Texas for you. Hunting those wild
Not in
boar.
Miami. We got envy, ego, dickheads, all that.
Anyway, man, you know what? We got to leave room for an episode 2. We got to make everybody want what part 2. So
No,
we're
most definitely.
we can't give them too much, and we're gonna have Backwoods Kid on ASAP because yes, we got to have your episode on. We've talked.
Next up.
Next step.
Yeah,
So in the meantime, let's go ahead and play the tune. Is the tune "Mind of a Demon" that we're gonna be playing tonight?
Yes, sir.
Awesome. So let's go ahead and get this bad boy going. This is Mind of a Demon.
Yeah. By the way, I have that I send you. I don't know if you still have it. One of the last songs that I posted on SoundCloud is "Happy as Fuck," which is actually for my next project. You know, I want everybody to listen to that a little bit. Apart from this,
I'll play that one on the way out. I'll play it on because I gotta open up SoundCloud for that one because that one's on my phone.
Yeah, man, most definitely because that one we want to leave happy as fuck. It's a good session. It was a great time. Even being here in fucking Miami, being welcomed by everybody, it's crazy.
Sounds great, man.
Fucking miss you, nigga.
Miss you too, bro.
Yeah,
Hey, man.
It's been a minute.
Keep your friends close, folks. Actually, you know what? My best friend was actually in town for a week.
Closer.
Yeah, keep your enemies closer so you can kill them in their sleep. I'm just kidding.
No, you feed them Lucky Charms.
Feed them Lucky Charms when they're asleep.
Duh.
I'm not kidding, guys. Eliminate the ones that are non-worthy. I'm just kidding. Oh, okay. Now I'm kidding. Anyway. That was just a transition into Mind of a Demon, folks. Kid Sasuke featuring Star67. No, or whichever way that goes.
It's the kid. Yeah. I passed the test and said I was a demon. Yeah, a fucking demon. I passed the test and said I was a demon. Yeah, a fucking demon. I passed the test and said I was a demon. How the fuck do I get out of my head when I'm feeling a little dead? No motivation in my head. Waking up early, long nights with no rice. When niggas fight and bitches cry, and we stay bad like we a fucking problem. But read the Bible, read the Bible. It's a little nice to think about a nigga who goes down. Not only from your fucking town, but if it was real, fucking father, hold it, turning you around. Did you really saw? Please read it carefully, cause when the pain comes, it's gonna come heavily. When the truth's right fucking next to you, no text message. Yeah. Human body, I'm so restless, I'm so reckless. I may need a fucking diamond necklace. Jumping this demon song. To me, my niggas can play along. Me and my niggas gon' fuck your rest. Me and my niggas gon' fuck your rest. We the best.
We the best. We the best. Aight, man. Shadow boxing with my own shadow. I'm gonna get good shot and got my eyes open. You can't even touch me right now. But searching for what I want. Got the key, boy, man. I'm feeling like I'm climbing Mount Olympus. I'm walking and changing, yeah, for my kingdom. My brain is a genius and yelling bingo. I know that the sheep are seeking wisdom. I know I'm the wolf of the pack, yeah. Looking for freedom like that, yeah. Making everything like Hulky sack. I know I got the back, I got, this is my season to killing. Beware, I know that you're feeling, feeling just like a villain. Everybody wants to point to the bad guy. Everybody wants to be like the bad guy. Everybody wants to always try hard. I don't have to even do no shit. I'm just sage mode. I'm opening my third eye. I know I feel like ice. You don't even know what you touching all the time. I just took a test all night, proving I'm a demon, right? I just took the test, alright, proving I'm a demon, right? I passed the test and said I was a demon. Yeah. I passed the test and said I was a demon. I just took a test, right? I'm a demon, yeah. Wake up every morning and I'm happy as fuck. Yeah. Wake up every morning and I'm happy as fuck. A fucking demon. Yeah. Wake up every morning and I'm happy as fuck. Yeah. Wake up every morning, hey. Wake up every morning and I'm happy as fuck. Got a text message from ya. Tell me that you wanna hang, wanna kick it up.
Sorry, guys. I didn't realize that for the last 30 seconds or so, maybe two songs were probably playing at the same time.
Probably.
Didn't realize that. That Shut Up, Let's Talk outtakes right there.
Lit anyways. That's good.
It's a good time, folks. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining us for episode 98 of Shut Up, Let's Talk. Making our way to episode 100. Episode 100 will be in 2 weeks, and it will be on my birthday in 2 weeks.
Oh,
and
man.
everybody feel free to come out to...
Most definitely.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much. Feel free to come out to the Bend in Miami Lakes on November 6th. We will be doing episode 1. That's my birthday. Wow.
Oh, they share birthdays. That's lit.
Good day, man.
So yeah, you
Good day
gotta
to be
show
born.
up. Yeah,
That's crazy.
Good day to be born.
Our birthday is on a Wednesday, right?
It's on Wednesday.
Wednesday.
Normally I do the show on Wednesdays. It's super crazy. So feel free to come out to the Bend, the bar in Miami Lakes locally. Feel free to come out there. Everybody that's ever been on the show is invited. And I'm going to be out there. I'm going to bring my camcorder. We're going to be asking everybody a bunch of questions. We will turn it into an episode later. That will probably be up by Thursday or Friday. Probably Friday, because Thursday I will probably be hungover.
I know. You take a day off. You know?
Yes. So I am only human, folks. I am only human. Anyway, folks, in the meantime, that is in 2 weeks. And today, episode 98, we're joined along with Star67. Also joined along here with Kid Sasuke, Backwoods Kid, the man of many names.
Whatever the fuck.
Richard Scary. Richard Scary in the house.
Richard Scary in the house.
Donnie Darko.
Oh, I gotta drop this because everybody always mentions this because I have a catchphrase, by the way.
What is it?
Is guayando.
And what does that mean?
Guayando. Like, you know when you're scraping something, like when you come in like, skirting.
Oh,
guayando.
It's
It's like a Dominican slang to that. So.
Please don't worry. For the West, you're guayando day.
Whoa, guayando day.
I'm free. Guayando free.
Oh, shit.
Guayando.
Acapella. Oh,
Baby, I takes back, that is dope. Oh, baby.
I didn't realize I made the song just play. All right, folks. In the meantime, folks, we will catch you guys later. It's been an amazing episode of Shut Up, Let's Talk, episode 98. On the outro, we're going to be playing Happy AF.
Yeah, Happy AF, man. You know, this is one of the songs that actually I just released right now, and it is for everybody to catch a vibe and everybody just to chill and have a great time, my man. You know, that's all about love. It's all about integrity. And it's all about your journey. So, you know, if you love your life, man, you're gonna achieve something.
Absolutely, man. So if everybody wants to follow you on the social media, Star67, where can they follow you at?
Yeah, they can follow me on Instagram, Star67X, the word star and 67 and then other X. You know, that's where my main social media. I'm on Facebook, but it's my real name, Elvis LaPikes. I'm gonna be putting a lot more music. We also have a website called Dope Mob. DOPEMOBD.com. Dope Mob. You feel me? Like, actually, that has a link to a lot of our SoundClouds and a lot of our newest projects that we're always gonna be dropping now.
Awesome, man. Backwoods Kid, if they'd like to follow you on the social media, where can they follow you at, brother?
Y'all can follow me at Backwood Kid 6. On basically everything, not Spotify, not iTunes, because I'm not up on there yet. You feel me? Very soon.
Yeah, there's a keyword.
Most definitely, yeah. If you want to hear a lot of the tracks that are actually being playing the show, it's on Star67 on Spotify, on iTunes, on all the other streams, man. Just
on the Google.
On the Googles. Just type Star67. I'm on the Googles. Y'all pop up.
You know the average human is on their phone for about I'd say it's 20 hours a day.
And the average human is a fucking puppet to these companies, and I might be one of them. So yeah, so everybody be aware.
Hey, Geppetto. Hey.
Everybody be aware.
iPad.
So everybody be aware of your shit. Take a look outside the window once in a while. Look
Most
at the beauty.
definitely.
Yo, if your 2-month-old kid can call me on an iPad,
2 months.
whatever it is, that's crazy.
That's crazy.
I'm telling you.
A 2-month-old baby
That's
called
how
it.
That's how babies are coming out now. Babies are coming out just.
They're coming out plugged in.
They know how to like.
There's a new there's a new umbilical cord, baby, and it's USB. Anyway, anyway, folks. In the meantime, folks. On that note, love, peace, chicken grease. It's been a great time. If you guys want to follow me, it's at Alzar If you guys want to follow the show, it's at Shut Up, Let's Talk all over the interweb. The web is free, the globe is whatever. On the flip side, folks, love, peace, chicken grease. Look both ways before you cross the street. We will catch you on the flip side, guys. Bye bye. Yeah.